They buried the Godfather today, the man who reportedly was the model for the book and movies, Carlo Gambino, the mafia's so-called boss of all bosses. A funeral mass was sung at a Brooklyn church, and about 150 relatives and friends attended, including Gambino's top aides. Admission to the church was by ticket only, but police outside photographed many underworld figures as they entered the church. Figures who experts say may soon be engaged in a deadly battle for succession to Gambino's throne. Gambino, 74, died Friday at his Long Island home of what police said were natural causes. The role of the mafia in American society is the subject of Eric Severide's commentary tonight.
Willie Sutton robbed 100 banks and took the purest joy in his art. He now travels the lecture circuit and is honored as a kind of folk hero or anti-hero. But he served time, lots of it, and has been harmless for years. Today they buried Carlo Gambino, #1 mafia chief in the country. Many flowers, 30 limousines filled with mourning mafiosi. He served very little time and did deadly harm almost to the end. They are still fastened upon the American society, the separate barnacle society of hoodlums. It is not clear that they are among the people Jimmy Carter had in mind when he said big crooks don't go to jail while poor people do. Nobody has ever seen a mafia killer, hijacker, or drug dealer in a bread line, and it's clear that pursuing the concept of crime as a result of poverty will not affect them. And it's not clear how Mr. Ford's proposed national crusade against crime will bring in the mafia. It's a bit odd. Government can organize beautifully to eliminate millions of gangsters thousands of miles away, the Nazis, for example, but cannot eliminate a few thousand living right here. The mafia has thrived since it was exported here from Sicily 90 years ago. Police catch them, then the case is lost or diluted in the courts. The cherished rights of due process designed to protect individual citizens against the arbitrary power of government protect the mafia. But are they individual citizens, or are they in fact a separate government, an enemy government? Better that 10 guilty men escape than that 1 innocent man go to jail, so America has always believed. But what if 1,000 guilty men escape to rob and defraud and kill and corrupt the innocent? Does the cherished moral principle still hold, or must we adopt the practices of warfare which are quite different? That would be a black day, but the spread of crime could drive us to it for sheer survival. A case can be made that the mafia constitutes not only a separate government, but a separate society, and more than that, a separate race. This concept of race cuts no moral or legal ice, of course, but ought to be of interest to Italian Americans who nervously think the mafia gives Italians a bad name. In the view of the eminent British geneticist Darlington, the mafia are not Italian. They have been closely inbred for so long, some 3 centuries, that they should be considered another race, simply mafiosi. No doubt the operating fault in that concept is that should they be really broken up, someone will raise the cry of race prejudice on the part of the law enforcers.